Hello everyone, Revan619 here, and now that we've got all the companion videos done, I wanted to have a quick look at the prologue and start showing off some encounters on Unfair to help people that want to move up difficulty. For these videos I will be playing Warrior Subductor. In the Chaos Spawn fight, what you need to do first is you need to kill off these little mobs. You have to be careful. If you're within 2 cell radius of the spawn, he can also do an area attack which will one-shot most of your squishies. Luckily, the shield and sword with thick skin that I've got on my build spreadsheet below, it can take on the spawn. However, defensive stance Ablard can get his armor up to 60, which is quite good. Getting point blank on Argenta so you can use a shotgun to quickly kill the weaker mobs, very important. The other one you're going to want to do is if you can build up the early heroic action, which also depends on how much damage the spawn does, and if he knocks you down. The knockdown's a bit RNG. If you get knocked down, you're probably going to lose your run if your tank goes down that way because you won't be able to heal him. However, Idra is going to be very good for using exposed weakness and after analyze enemy to load the enemy armor, and if you can get off her heroic action, it's going to drop the Chaos Spawn's health even more. Well, armor that is, so you can then start dropping his health. You also want to be able to position her to try not to burst your teammates, and if you do, you want it to be someone who's not going to take much damage. So I'm using my companions here to sort of move off and kill off all the ads, because if you start doing too much damage, he'll get interrupted extra turns whilst these guys are still alive. So I'm positioning and moving Ablard so he can give brace for impact to an ally, and then we're going to charge down and kill this last enemy. Because I picked the Iconoclast option in the prologue, I also get extra people here to help me. It's going to be a little bit easier to play through, though I normally prefer going dogmatic myself. So one of the new abilities of the shield-based Subductor is you can obviously shield dash through things and try and knock them down. It's probably not going to work on the boss, but I'm still trying anyway. The other one is to get up the shield stance so you can sometimes block attacks. It increases your block chance by 15%, so that brings it up to 35% with that. And as you can see, Argenta was 1 cell too close. So yes, you actually need to be kept 3 cells it seems. I thought it was only 2. Well, we corrected the misinformation there. But with point blank, she's going to have pretty high damage on that shotgun for Argenta. So she's going to be your main damage dealer, hitting him here. So as you saw, we did 17 damage there. You can risk having Idra use her psychic powers, but the chance of her exploding are never 0. So, like I said, it's much safer to be going for these little bursts here. 12 damage, not too bad, and with the added minions helping here is going to be a little bit easier. Now, keeping Endure up on your warrior is going to be very important. Now, Ablard, I can just charge in here, and like I said, because of defensive stance, he's going to have 60 armor. If I attack after charge, he'll lose that. For now, I'm going to keep that up so he's got that there. I'm also going to be moving back, so because the boss is no longer touching me, I can then charge and then have an extra attack. Because I'm using thick skin on this character, because he has subskin armor, he's going to have higher parry chances. But as you can see, with these endures up, our guys are going to be able to take a lot of punishment here. You're also going to want to make sure that you keep up those med kits on them, for in case you do need them. Luckily, this boss doesn't get attacks of opportunity when you use medkits, but most melee enemies normally will, so be careful about that. As you can see, we can do 11 damage here, but that's almost the same as the burst, and it's obviously more risky, just showing it off there. But now we've got the boss sort of pinned, and we're just going to take turns beating him down. I'm not worried about keeping up Endure over the attack there, but we have managed to get Daring Breach here. So this is going to reset all of our AP and give us a bunch of attacks, and we can just attack multiple times. And we're just going to slowly beat it down here. So this should help sort of understanding a bit of the positioning and the strategies for going into Unfair for the Chaos Spawn.